Brace yourselves, crypto enthusiasts. Binance CEO Richard Tang predicts a Bitcoin explosion, with Bitcoin soaring past the $80,000 mark amidst regulatory approvals and institutional interest. Tang sees a bullish future for the king of crypto. But remember, folks, in the volatile world of crypto, expect ups and downs along the way. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's start. So what are we looking at here right here? Don't get panicked during the Bitcoin dip in the last bull run. Bitcoin went through the 8 corrections of 20% or more during the same time period. Bitcoin pumped from $8,000 to $69,000. The next one, Bitcoin does not fix degenerate gamblers. Bitcoin scratch tickets will exist in the future. Bitcoin casinos will exist. The power back jackpot will be 100 Bitcoin by 2040. It's just that whatever Bitcoin you don't gamble away will continue to increase in value forever. At some point, people will realize that they will have more to fear by not embracing this technology than by embracing it. Michael Saylor. So, the US government is still holding seized Bitcoin equivalent to 1% of the total supply with a 2.4x unrealized profits, and they haven't sold any since the July 2023 when Bitcoin was at $30,000 alone. Also, the secret to accumulating Bitcoin and being successful is being a dumb-ass motherfucker. You don't need to take out a loan, line of credit, leverage your assets, or any other stupid risky ideas. Just stay humble and stack sats. Get a fucking job and work hard. Your stack will grow and so will your fiat denominated wealth. If you start getting greedy trying to trade or leverage yourself and find yourself at the wrong end of the price correction, you will get fucked. Nobody wants to lose their stack and watch Bitcoin go up to 200% plus afterwards. Don't be stupid, you buy and hodl. One day when you want something nice, you can use your Bitcoin to buy it. It's not a rocket science. This tweet is intended for the dumbest hodlers out there with no background in finance, which of course includes me. Also, Bitcoin has returned 59% year to date, and after a 10% plus deep in the price, Bitcoin has had a bigger correction than most real estate investors can imagine to earn in an entire year. Some people say they would rather have the tiny annual return in cash flow that real estate provides, but the reality is that they are scared of volatility. The only way to get over this fear is to understand that Bitcoin is designed to be the best form of money we will ever have, and in my own opinion, most people will not study Bitcoin until we see one Bitcoin for $1 million plus. I'm almost completely cash poor at all times. I keep a small amount of dry powder on reserve status for moments like the last few days. When I deploy, usually do so in series of 3-5 buys. I do this because I almost always try to and buy the Bitcoin dips. So sometimes I go through those smash buys faster than others depending on the size of the correction and liquidation. And a long story short, I live life as a minimalist and maximize my long-term exposure to Bitcoin. I've been doing this for about 2+ years, as prior to that, I was only partially allocated and was working towards a larger percentage of my portfolio. This is what works for me, and I don't need a new car, fancy home, expensive clothes, jewelry, or fine dining. On occasion, I will reward myself from a paycheck, but usually those funds go into cold storage Bitcoin, and to a lesser degree a retirement account with MSTR. So I've been exposed to Bitcoin enough to stomach the volatility, and most days I don't even check the price. This is no way a recommendation for others, but what I am comfortable doing for myself. It's important to find a perfect exposure for yourself based on your own needs and wants. For me personally, I want to have the maximal amount of exposure to Bitcoin with the least amount of leverage debt. So for those reasons, I work hard, stack sats, and prepare to hodl for 10-year time horizon, as I think if most people can achieve this level of hodling, they will almost certainly be protected from the volatility of Bitcoin. Happy hodling, that's what you get. Bitcoin ordinals are going to make a lot of millionaires. It's just simple game theory. 21 million Bitcoin potentially beating on collections of 10,000 plus. We are going to see actual Bitcoin wealth generated within the Bitcoin ecosystem without Bitcoin leaving the system. A market is being born on the heels of Bitcoin itself rather than outside of the Bitcoin for the first time ever. Alan Greenspan in 1966 buy Bitcoin. So, in an absence of gold standard, there is no way to protect savings from confiscating through inflation. There's no safe store of value. If there were, the government would have to make its holding illegal. The financial policy of the welfare state requires that there be no way for the owners of wealth to protect themselves. Deficit spending is simply a scheme for the confiscation of wealth, and if one grasps this, one has no difficulty in understanding the status antagonism towards the gold standard. The next one, DCA Bitcoin and you'll win like this guy. A Redditor shared his spreadsheet which shows he's buying and holding Bitcoin since 2015. It cost $48,511 at all times and the value is 1 million. Really shows you the power of dollar cost averaging and hodling his investments. The next one, the Bitcoin network is projected to settle $17.5 trillion worth of Bitcoin this year. In 2019 it was 4 trillion, in 2020 it was 6.6 trillion, in 2021 it was 48.5 trillion, 2022 was 39 trillion, and 2023 was 8.7 trillion, and just projected 2024 is 17.5 trillion right away. I think Bitcoin has captured most of the upside pre-halving. Perhaps liquidity around the highs will be taken, but I think we will rotate towards altcoins in coming periods. Ultimately, Bitcoin less than 60k is still a potential one. So, to the main topic of today's video, Binance CEO Richard Tang predicts the next Bitcoin price. Richard Tang, CEO of cryptocurrency exchange Binance, predicts the bright future for the Bitcoin and predicts that the Bitcoin price will exceed the $80,000 mark. The US decision to approve the launch of a Bitcoin ETF earlier this year sparked interest among the institutional investors and led to new fund flows. Speaking at an event in Bangkok, Tang said, "We are just getting started." So previously, Tang predicted that Bitcoin would close the year around $80,000. However, he now believes it will exceed this figure due to the decrease in supply and continued demand. Tang emphasized that his forecast was his personal opinion and warned that the rally would not be a straight line. He added that the market will benefit from ups and downs, and Tang took over the CEO after Binance co-founder Changpeng Zhao resigned in November and Binance reached a $4.3 billion settlement with the US authorities. So since the approval of the US spot Bitcoin ETFs in January, there has been a relentless flow of investment as Tang expects more foundations and family offices to increase their allocations to Bitcoin ETFs in the near term. Also, Bitcoin market correction is just getting started. Fed rate outlook in sight. Bitcoin has succumbed to a negative weekend sentiment ahead of the Fed meeting in the coming week. The Federal Open Market Committee will meet on March 19th to 20th, announcing the target federal funds rate on March 20th at 2 p.m. Recent statements from Fed officials have indicated that interest rates are unlikely to increase from their current levels and that cuts may be forthcoming but not imminent. So the Bitcoin market has been experiencing a period of correction, signaling the potential shift in the cryptocurrency's value as this correction phase is gaining momentum, prompting investors and analysts to closely monitor the market's behavior and identify possible contributing factors. And additionally, the imminent outlook of the Federal Reserve's interest rates adds another layer of complexity to this situation, as it has the potential to influence the crypto market and a broader financial landscape. This kind of all the information we got on today's video, so don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more. See you in the next one, and peace.